Welcome to BRAFFTV. We are here with Toni Venturi, director of the movie We Are Together. Toni, we know that you have a relation with Toronto. Tell us a little bit about this relation.
A big relation with Toronto because it's my second city. I lived here around about 10 years back in the 70s and 80s, and I went to school. I'm a grad from the Ryerson University. I've made film here. So my career that I developed in Brazil, because when I finished the course, I returned. I owe my career, my film career, to my studies, to the time I spent here in Canada. So I have a very good relation with this city, with this country. I have very good memories of it. And it was a very important part of my life.
You left the city as a student. Now you come back as a very solid director that taught a master class at Ryerson, same university that you graduated from, right? How was this experience?
Oh, it was very emotional because being back, I returned a few times to Canada. I came to the TIFF, to the film festival, probably 3 times. I think the first time with my first feature, Latitude Zero, on 201. But this time was different because it was kind of more personal. Walking on the corridors, of my old school, looking back at my past and, talking about my career to some friends and some students. I was very touched by 20 years later, watching the film I made in the last year, a documentary which won Best Film in the Canadian Film Festival in 1984. And it was a very special moment I lived here. I'm really glad.
Olhar Imaginário is your company. Tell me a little bit about your company.
Well, the company is established in São Paulo, the city which I was born and which I live now. It's funny how life it is, like you go through a big circle, a big voyage, and I lived in many places here in Canada, 10 years. When I returned to Brazil, I didn't come back to my city, but to Rio de Janeiro. 1990, I returned to São Paulo, and I'm there since. And I created Olhar Imaginário in, I guess, 1996. So right now it's been 16 years. And throughout the 16 years, we have done many things. I have now 7 feature films made, 4 documentaries, and 3 fictional films. And one of them is We Are Together, which is playing here at the film festival.
Okay. And you're working now with big Brazilian stars, Cauã Raymond, Leandra Leal. Tell me about this experience.
This was a great experience, because they're great, talented people. It's nice to work with talented people. It's very important to work with talented people, not only the cast, but everyone. The director of photography, the director of art, the whole production as a whole. You have to be surrounded by talented people because film is a collective experience. The director says like the composer or the master composer, the maestro, but you're working with incredibly nice people, and I like to work with actors. I do myself the work with the actors. I prepare with them. It's a two-way work. And in this last film, We Are Together, we had very interesting experiences. For instance, with Leandra Leal, her character is a young doctor who is doing a residence in a public hospital. And Leandra had never stepped in a hospital. I mean, she did it, as a patient, but she never been behind the scene. So in order to prepare her, She spent a couple weeks, going every day there, talking with the young doctors, being at the operation areas, living within that environment. So in order to her to acquire, the feeling, to see what was going on, in order to construct her character. And then we went to experiment with the script, and we did our improvisations. It was a very creative process that I did with my actors, with Leandra, with Cauã, with Dira Paz. Exactly. He plays a gay character, and he's heterosexual, and he knew very little about the gay world. So I took him out for to visit the night of São Paulo, to visit many of my friends, old couple gays, youngs. So I was able to to feed himself with inspiration to construct his character. And I did that with the main cast, with everyone. For a month and a half, we worked in different, with different intensity, but we worked with everyone.
BRAFFTV is now considered the biggest Brazilian film festival outside of Brazil. How is this experience to be here at BRAFFTV?
It was great to be invited by BRAFFT. It's a very special place to be in Toronto. It's very nice. I really like the programming of this year. The festival brought very good films. The Torontonians will have the opportunity to check it out. Some very interesting films, fictional films and documentaries, very nice ones. They have recently been released in Brazil, and I think the curatorial work was very good, and I hope the people in town enjoy it and have a good time with the Brazilian films.
Okay, guys, I have to let Toni go now. He's going to go back to the room and have a little chat with the public. Toni, thank you very much.